Hey, what's up everybody, welcome back. Welcome to one more Tom Clancy Division 2 video. So in today's video I want to talk about one of the highest damage per bullet in a body shot with a sniper build. So with this build you can hit about, at least on my build, it's not fully optimized and I can still hit about 26 million per bullet on a body shot. Now I will explain everything that's going on this build and how I can achieve that, and also point out that there is some things in here that's kind of like glitchy. It's not necessarily broken, but it's kind of like glitchy, and I don't know if this is intended, but honestly, for all means, please, the developers, if you listen to this, just leave this as it is, because honestly, if the developers change the way this build is working right now, this build, or this gear set to be precise, honestly it's not gonna be used. Now before the season 11, many people were saying that they were not interested in this gear set. Why? Because if you think about it and if you look at the past, not many people use sniper builds. This has been a thing for a long time and always been like that. Like, sniper builds were never like the main build for a long time, right? So with this update, honestly, the sniper builds are back in the light. So this gear set will make sniper builds a lot easier to use, very strong, but you still have to get some, aiming to hit your shots, even though the target now is a lot bigger. What I mean by bigger, I mean that now you don't have to focus on a headshot. You can basically go for body shots and hit these crazy millions of damage and, one shot the NPCs. So if all of that sounds interesting to you, a like on the video would be super appreciated. If you're new, subscribe, and yeah, let me explain what's going on this build. So on Title Update 11 we got a new gear set called the Hotshot. And this gear set, by equipping 2-piece, you gain 30% marksman rifle damage, which is a huge buff by the way, and 30% weapon handling. Now if you don't know, weapon handling basically is reload speed, accuracy, and stability. Now moving on, for the third piece of a Hotshot gear set on your build, you gain 30% headshot damage, and then the fourth piece, this is where things are starting getting interesting. So we have the talent, the Headache. So first headshot with a marksman rifle will increase next headshot by 20%. Now before I move on, that 20%, that's not like adding a 20% headshot damage to your build, that's actually multiplying the headshot of your build by 20%. So that's a multiplicative damage right there, but only for headshots. That's the difference, right? So going back to the talent, second consecutive headshot with a marksman rifle will gain 10% armor. If at full armor, it will give bonus armor max 50% of current armor value. Now the third consecutive headshot will refill the magazine. Simple as that. Now after that, from the fourth headshot and forward, agents will gain all three bonuses for each consecutive headshot kill. Missing a headshot will reset the cycle. Now this last part is very important. So if you miss a headshot, right, you will have to start from the beginning. You have to start from that first headshot to gain the damage, and then second headshot to gain the armor, and then the third headshot to gain the magazine refill, right? So it's important, the last part. But what if I tell you on this build you basically won't miss a headshot even though we are shooting on the body shots? The only time that you can reset this talent will be if you don't hit enemies at all, with a shot. Now obviously gear sets have a talent on the chest piece and also on the backpack, and as you see, I'm not using any of them. So for the rest of this gear set, I have the gloves, the knee pads, the holster, and also the mask, and all of them has the same core attribute and the same attribute. Core attribute weapon damage, and then attribute, all of them headshot damage. You want to have a lot of headshot damage on this build. And also the mods, the 3 mods that I have on this build are also headshot damage. You want to go all the way headshot damage on this build. That's the most important attribute that you want to have on this build. So that's it. Moving for the chest piece, we have the name item, the Chainkiller. This comes from the Walker Harris & Co. By equipping one of these, you gain 5% weapon damage. We're getting this chest piece because of the perfect talent, the perfect headhunter. So this basically will increase your shot for 150% after a killing blow for 30 seconds, right? So this talent right here basically will increase our damage a lot, and it will increase the damage after a killing blow. And keep in mind, every single shot that we're gonna be doing with this build will basically be one shot kill, so we can keep this talent activated and at max potential. Now moving for the backpack, I have the talent Concussion. So headshot increase total weapon damage by 10% for 1.5 seconds and 5 seconds with the marksman rifle. So for 5 seconds we have 10% weapon damage, right? And then the second part of this talent, headshot kills increase total weapon damage by 15% for 10 seconds. So what is happening here, we can get up to 25% weapon damage with headshot kills. With that said, again, we are gonna have all the shots counted as headshots. So this talent also, we can kind of keep it activated at all time. Now my weapon of choice in here is the White Death. Now this is a name item that comes from the weapon M44 sniper rifle, and this has been actually one of my favorite sniper rifles for a long time. So the base damage of this sniper is 423,000 per bullet. On this build is gonna get up to 1.2 million, and then we're gonna amplify that a lot. RPM is 55 and the mag is 5 bullets per magazine. Now my expertise level 5, I have only 5% weapon damage, so keep in mind this build can do a lot more damage because we don't have a lot of stuff maximized. So all that damage that you see, that 25-26 million, could be a lot more. Maybe I could hit a 30 million if I optimize this build to the fullest. Now core attribute on this weapon is marksman rifle damage and headshot damage, but the specialty of the White Death named item is because the headshot is a lot more beyond what a usually sniper have. So it goes to 133% headshot damage. The attribute, damage to target out of cover, which is what I recommend the most. Now let's move on for the specialty of this build. This is where everything is coming together. This talent right here, my friends, this is gonna be the best talent for sniper rifle as of right now. I'm assuming they don't change it. This is gonna be the best talent to run on a sniper build if you want to one-shot everything. So Determined, this is the talent that was introduced in season 11. So what it does, after killing an enemy with a headshot, right, the next shot landed on an enemy will be a guaranteed headshot. So you see how this is going, right? You kill an enemy with a headshot, any other shot on an enemy will be considered a headshot. It doesn't matter where you hit that enemy, it will be a headshot damage on that enemy. Now if you compare the talent, the Determined, with the perfect talent that came with the weapon Relic, which was also introduced in season 11, the perfect talent is called the Perfect Determined. Now the difference between that and the normal Determined is that the fact that after killing an enemy with a headshot, the next shot landed on an enemy will be a guaranteed critical headshot. So with that said, the Relic could be good, but the thing is, it doesn't really one-shot most enemies. So with that said, a bolt action sniper like for example the White Death that has more damage per bullet will be able to more easily one-shot enemies, and that's why I would choose a bolt action sniper that has more damage per bullet compared to the Relic, and you know, make this build one-shot anything and everything. Now taking a look at the mods where I have modded the White Death. So starting with the magazine, we have the plus 5% weapon damage. On the scope we have the digital scope that gives us a plus 45% headshot damage and minus 5% crit damage, which we don't really need. And then on the underbarrel we have a plus 5% crit chance. Honestly right here it doesn't really matter what you choose, but yeah, just throw there 5% crit chance, or I could go with accuracy. Now in case some of you guys ask what weapon skin is this is a special weapon skin that comes only for the White Death or the M44. It's called the White Jade. Now for specializations, obviously I am using the Sharpshooter specialization. Now this specialization is basically the best specialization for a sniper build. Starting off with this bonus right here, gives you 15% increased headshot damage with rifles, and marksman rifles allows for precision kills. And also we have the unlock of the digital scope by unlocking the 15% rifle damage from this tree right here. And also, last but not least, we have the breath control, which is a 15% increase to weapon stability, reduce recoil, and faster reacquisitions of target. So basically everything on this tree is good for a sniper build. So, and last but not least, let's take a look at the stats. So for the stats of the White Death, we have 1.1 million weapon damage per bullet, 15% crit chance, 64% crit damage, 333% headshot damage, and also we have a 10% damage to target out of cover that doesn't really show on these weapon stats. Okay, last but not least, to finish the video, let's talk about the glitchy part. So sometimes the talent bugs out. So what I mean by that is you will shoot an enemy in the head, you will kill it, and the talent does not activate. It happens to me a lot of times. So what I do is I just go quick on my weapons and swap to any other weapon, and then come back to my White Death and swap it back to it. And that's it. Once I shoot an enemy again on the head and I kill it, the talent will activate, and from that point on it will not bug out. The only time it bugs out is around the beginning of a fight, after you fast travel or something like that, but once you have it activate inside of a fight, it will keep on going. That type of bug happens same for the gear sets itself. Sometimes for any gear set the talents do not activate. What you have to do is about the same thing, just swap one of the pieces of the gear set and then put it back on, and usually that fixes the bug. So yeah guys, that's all I have for you guys today on this video. So let me know in the comment section below, so if this build makes you more interested in sniper builds, if this is gonna allow you to use a sniper a lot more easier. All of that in the comment section below, because I know snipers are not really fan favorite, but with this build basically it makes sniper a lot easier, and I'm not sure if this is intended, but honestly I think it should stay just like that. So with that said, hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you enjoyed, hit me with a like, I would appreciate. If you're new, subscribe, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.